Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Vigor world over, and today we're going to be playing something a little bit different. From the creators of Bohemia, today we're going to be playing Vigor. Now Vigor is made from the same company that, if a lot of you probably know, is from DayZ. It's a pretty popular game, DayZ in itself, and it's getting a total remake. And what they're taking from DayZ and that engine is they're actually applying it to a different game with a different twist inside how Battle Royale survival games go. Now what this is going to be a walkthrough of how to explain how to play the game, give some people some insights on how things work, and how to upgrade your base. Yes, upgrade your base, do different things to allocate this to be your new home. So let's get started. Now in today's episode what we're going to be doing is going through the base. Now how this base works is that no one can join it with you. This is your sanctuary. So whatever you do in the open world game that you collect, whether it be loot drops, airdrops, things that you collect off of people, you have a safe place, unlike DayZ, to bring it back and nobody can touch it. At least for now. Because again, this is game preview and things are subject to change. Now with that being said, how the base works is that you're going to have 14 levels overall that you're going to be able to upgrade this base to. It may be more, it may be less, but I think it's going to be about this. Now currently, you're only able to upgrade it to level 6, which I'll show you right now. Now this is the base that you get. This is the walk-in kitchen. You have a stash box right here, which allows you to, by holding X, you can go through all the different weapons that you collect throughout the world. As you guys can see, I've already played a little bit to kind of get a fair understanding of how the game's supposed to work. And it seems like it's somewhat well put together with a few mechanics I do take issue with, but otherwise I think it could be smooth over. And it's something that, I think it's something that could be really good if they decide to change a few things. So this is the stash box. Again, you can store your weapons, your ammo, and the consumables. Typically your consumables are like I said over here, antibiotics, bandages, disinfectant, painkillers, an M67 grenade. Now this isn't something, the type of survival game like DayZ where you're going to have to eat or drink, at least for now, because that's not something that is currently in the game. But if you go upstairs, you're able to see your bedroom. Now the first thing I went to when I noticed was this wardrobe. Basically, you can go in, you can change the colors of your garb, your uniform, so to speak. So you go in, you hit A, and you can go and change it from the different facets, and it's the same way through all the way. Now, certain backpacks are different colors, and they will be attributed to different. I'm hoping that they'll be attributed to different sizes. Maybe some backpacks will be bigger, some backpacks won't. I think what I'm going to go do, since I have a green one and I don't want that, you can actually turn your character around. I'm going to go with the brown one, since it matches. I want to stay with earthy colors because the maps I've been playing on currently have been like spring or fall type maps. There are a few winter maps, and you are going to have to dress accordingly, color code accordingly, so you're not a sore thumb in a briar patch. Now, when you go out into the world, what you're going to end up doing, this is how you go to it. Come back downstairs, since you already searched your wardrobe, you come to this map. Now this map is going to allow you to move to different locations. Now since you have 6 locations here, not including your base, you can actually locate and interact and come into contact with people within the game, and that's where you're going to get all your loot, that's where you're going to get your airdrop, and that's where you're going to get a lot of interaction with players. And there's more to that as we go through. You'll see that later on in the episode. Now there are 6 different maps. You have the Diverg Forest, you have Jelcanton, you have the Drog Fort, you have the Fisk Factory, you also have the Tog Station, and you also have Groton Theum Valley. Now if you notice that there is a timer that decays on each map, meaning that there's going to be a certain amount of time for each map, which I believe is 6 days, and this is 6 days in real life. What you're seeing there with the Fisk Factory is correct. You have 5 days, 18 hours, and 28 minutes to play there until it switches to one of these other locations, and that's going to be the same way all the way through. And again, that's something that may be subject to change in the future. With that being said, we'll move away from the map and we'll show you how to store stuff. Now basically how it works, if you want to go ahead and you go into your, let's say you want to go into your stash box and you go and you look through. I think I'm going to take since I have an AK-74K, I'm going to go ahead and take a Sumi KP-31. The reason why I do that is when I go out in the open world, I want to make sure that I have 2 weapons. I want to have a short range and I want to have a long range. Now I could go right here with the Mosin Nagant, but I don't want want to take that out just yet, because as you can see, there's a number above each one of these inventory slots, right, where it says the Mosin or the Lachiev. Above it has that 1, which means that's the amount that you have in that particular inventory of that particular gun. Now moving forward, you can go ahead and you can only have 2 rifles, and then you can have a handgun, as you can see right now. We'll pop that in, we'll get the Luger, and then you get enough for a combat knife as well. Now I will not be taking this much into the actual world when we do play against other people, when we do come across into a world where we have to collect the loot, because you never know what you're actually going to be getting. So I typically, since I have the extra gun, I typically only run with 2 if I have it, but since I don't, I'm only going to run with 1 of them. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop this one. I want to go with the Sumi KP. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Sumi, put that in my top slot by hitting A, and then if you notice the top, above the loadout screen, it says weapons, ammo, consumables. We're going to go ahead and hit RT, we're going to go to the consumables. And this is where you're able to go ahead and be subjected to the weapons that you have. Since I'm not going to be using the AK-74, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put what I can back away, and if you'll notice, certain rounds can only carry a certain amount. You know, you're only available to carry a certain amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop this in here, since I'm going to need probably about 60 shots or so, because the way that the game mechanics work right now, sometimes when you're in contact or engaging in contact with other individuals in the game, the first 10 to 15 shots don't register because of the amount of lag that happens as you're just approaching them before you even lay into them with your bullets, or even come into contact with a knife or anything. You start to lag a little bit, and again, that's one of the things that I think this game needs to figure out. Look at him. I think it's a huge tell for people who pay attention to how these games work, because if you come into contact with individuals and it starts to lag and you're not even engaging them with your gun, that means there's someone there, and if you pay attention to that, that means you have the advantage. So with that being said, I also don't want to carry too much, but I'm going to carry a bandage just in case I do get into a firefight with someone. And it's super important that you want to carry as minimal as you want. The last time I played this, I ended up filling up the entire slot, and then because I killed 3 individuals, and then I had this one slot down here in the bottom right hand corner available, and I took the loot, and then I died as I was going through the airdrop. So you always want to make sure that you have the necessary available slots so you can get everything you can and go. But remember, guys, don't be greedy. It pays. Trust me. Now, if you go ahead and you pay attention to the top left-hand corner of your screen, you hit LB or the RB, the left bumper or the right bumper. It gives you different different locations, and you can access, everything from one station by hitting LB or RB, and you can move through and actually check out the different things. Now, this particular screen is probably the most important when it comes to your home base, and the reason why that's important is because of this. If you notice, in the top right-hand part of my screen, there is a T. It looks like a nail, and there's like a little flame or even a leaf. That's a material symbol sign for this game. And if you notice, it says 115 out of 8,000. I need to have 8,000 materials within my game in order to upgrade my base shelter. And that's not the only thing I have to do. If you look under the word build, where it says requirements for shelter level 4, which I'm only level 3 right now, as you guys can see, I have to have overall 5 upgrades built with my base, with the things I have there currently, and I have to use 8,000 materials to repair my building and upgrade them. So with that being said, if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, all the way to 15, all the way to 14. You're gonna notice that each one of them things, as the game preview progresses into stable, from experimental into stable, from beta, these things are going to become unlocked, and that's when you're going to be able to do more. So the motivation right there is when you go out in the world and you collect stuff, you bring it back, because you're going to need those materials to upgrade these certain facets so you can upgrade your overall base. And as you can see right now, the maximum we can upgrade our base is level 6. So how this works is this: you go out into the world and you start collecting materials. How it works is with my next upgrade for my wood log, which basically allows me to collect, if you look, it says collect it regularly. It's placed next to the shelter on the south side, which is behind the building. Generates 10 materials per hour since I've already upgraded it twice. The more upgraded up to level 14, the more materials I'm going to get per hour, and that's pretty simple. That's pretty crucial considering that right now I have 260 out of 400, and since I have already a level 3 right now, in order to get to level 4, it's going to cost me 8,000 materials. Man, it's going to be a lot. I'm going to have to basically upgrade that as much as I possibly can. But in order to do so, I have to collect 30 wire and another 16 nails in the world. Now you can do this all the way across. It's the same way for each one that you're available to unlock, but if you're only at level 3, you can't upgrade level 4 stuff for obvious reasons. You can upgrade everything down from there. And then you can go ahead, like I said before, you can access the same things. There's some parts of the game, like up here, you can access your uniform, things like that, your guard wear, your wardrobe. And then you have a wooden crate. I'll explain that to you in just a second. And then you have, things that aren't in the game just yet that will be, as it says, coming soon. Now, as you guys probably seen in other episodes from other people, yada yada, let's get to the PvP part. Alright, so this is how it works. We can go down here. If you look at the bottom of the basement, you can actually access the same screen that we were just in. Let me in there. Right there, but the difference is that you can go over to hit RT and you can look at your resources, because customize is coming soon, so we're going to be able to do certain things, but I'm not sure what we're going to be able to customize. But if you go to the resources, you can actually look and you can deconstruct some of these things. And what I mean by that is by hitting A, if you look on the right hand part of your screen, it says deconstruct any unused resources to gain materials, which is the materials in the top right hand part of my screen. At the 115 out of 8,000. So if I wanted to, for instance, let's just go down chemicals. You know what? Let's just go ahead and I can only deconstruct the things I obviously have. But we'll just go ahead and we'll break down some fuel. And if you use the left stick, you can see the amount that's changing. So if I decide I want to go ahead and deconstruct one, it's only going to give me 50 fuel. Let's just go and deconstruct it just for the sake of doing it for practicality reasons. Then it says, do you sure you want to deconstruct this resource? Absolutely. So we go and do it, and then it'll tell you that it'll automatically upgrade in the top right hand part of your screen what you need moving forward and what you just got. So back out of here, I have everything I need as far as like usage in the open world. Now, the one thing I've been seeing within the forums of Vigor that people are complaining about within the game, they just don't understand how to aim down your sights, how to move through the motions with your weapon. Well, I'm going to explain it to you right now. Now, if you go ahead and you hold RB, it'll pull up a radial. Using your right stick, as you can see, or your left stick, as you can see, it'll put it there. But if you have anything else in your slot, you'll be able to move the right stick down, around, or whatever to pick whatever weapon you want. Okay, got it. So we got that. Now what we do is use LT to pull down the sights, right? So this is what you're going to be. If you haven't done this before, you're going to be in third person. Now if you're third person, this is what you can do, right? You can use a few different options you're able to do while holding LT, aiming down the sights in third person. If you hit RB, it switches, so you can actually see the different angles if you're trying to see around a corner possibly, which comes in very handy in a game like this, especially if you're sitting in one of them pine trees and no one can see you wearing a earthy green garb. Now moving forward, if you actually want to see how it works, you go ahead and hit LT and then you push down on the right stick, and there you go. You are in first person mode. Now if you notice, on the bottom right hand part of my screen it says 0 with an infinite loop, and then it says auto. Well, if I go out and I let go of the LT and I hit X, that's how you reload. Okay? And then if I go back, as you can see, as long as I'm still on that weapon, it will not take me out of third person. But the minute that you switch to another weapon, it'll put you back in the third person, and you're going to have to do the motion again by hitting R3 while you're aiming down the sights, which isn't all that bad. It's pretty convenient, especially when you're trying to fire from the hip, because someone's a little too quick for the aim. Now we can go ahead and we can just take a quick pop shot to here. Alright, now if we push down on the D-pad, you notice it'll change it from auto to single shot. Now some guns are different. Some guns may not allow you to switch. like the Mosin. It's a single shot, it's a sniper rifle. Alright, now one of the first things you guys want to do when you first spawn into a map is hit up on your D-pad and look at your map. Because in either top, left, right, bottom left, or right corners of that map, there's going to be a little arrow that's going to dictate, if you look in the bottom right hand corner, where there is going to be a radiation cloud that's going to come by and wipe you out. Someone's next to me. Down there, maybe. Someone's sniping that door. Someone's sitting above me watching that door. I need to get above me. I don't know how I'm gonna do it though. We will see. I'm definitely hugging this rock line because I definitely don't want to be caught out in the open. The lag kind of stopped. Oh no, I say that and then it happens. I can't jump up on these rocks. Found my way up, it looks like. Let's look on the map. Oh, maybe I'm not meant to be up there. That makes way more sense. Oh damn. Is there anybody around? Okay. There's that. If I get there. Like, I don't even really want to be in contact with people because of the way that it lags so bad. Typically, when I've been playing this game, I've been kind of staying out of the, staying in the shadows, away from everybody. Oh, someone's shooting at me from the wood line. From the wood line, don't know exactly where. Someone's shooting at me. Point blank, point blank. Oh, he had oh fuck, single shot. For instance, single shot. That's why it's called that. Now, other guns like the ES-116AT, which is basically a M16 or AR-15, depending on how you want to look at it. I think of it more resembles an M16, but it's an ES-116A2. So that can allow you to go into burst, which is 3-round burst, or you can go into single. Now, the difference between that gun and let's say this gun right here is that the ES-116A2, I don't know why I keep saying it wrong. The ES-116A2 is a long-range gun, just like the AK-74K. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go inside real quick. We're going to go check out a world. And, let's see. I haven't played the Fist Factory yet. I played Gel Canton, but, you know, let's play the Fist Factory. I haven't played that. Now, when you're going into the world, keep in mind, guys, that when you spawn in, you're going to spawn in next to someone. Not literally at arm's length, but someone directly in the area of you. And you can tell that right off if someone's in the area if you start lagging. And what I mean by that is that if you even walk near them, if you're in the same area, there will be some stutter step. You will move places left and right, even if you're not moving, because someone else is. So that's the one game mechanic I'm having an issue with, and the reason why is because if you pay attention to that, that means you can actually get the jump on someone, and that's one thing that I don't think a lot of people are fully understanding just yet, but I'm hoping that the devs can reach out and fix it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the video today. If you guys like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell to see future content. I'm World Over, Walk family, hope you guys have a wonderful day, hope your life is going great. Remember to love yourself, love your family, most of all, love me. Have yourself a wonderful day guys. I'll see you in the future in the next episode. Bye bye.